The party
Guy
was lame to me.
Fieri.
Fieri.
That's the fun.
Yeah.
So they're trying to track him down. Mora's at the party.
I just want to say, you are never allowed to pick the freaking theme for anything again. Okay. Albuquerque, fire truck. We're just yelling out words now? What's going on here? Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. Now, this is a weekly podcast, and as always, we upload the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so be sure to check us out there. My name is Matt, and as always, I am being joined by my sister, Vetta. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm fine. I'll be better once we get done with this movie, because, yeah. And on this episode, you guys, we are going to be talking about the movie Daddy-Daughter Trip. And I should have been taking something so I could trip while watching this movie because I did not like it at all. But
and my husband suggested this movie because he thought you and your daughter would love this movie together. And he was being all nostalgic and like, oh, he's got itty bitties. They'll love this because mine are all grown up and they don't want to watch movies with dad anymore. So I watched it with him and I was like, honey, who hurt you?
Well, it's just so like, okay, we'll get into it real quick. But before we get started, I'm going to ask the most important question and that is, what are you drinking?
I am drinking because I needed to make a very strong beverage to make it through this. So RC cherry cola and some nice Bacardi rum. What about you?
Nice. Well, I got a little lazy and I just made some coffee and I just threw some rum chata in it. So
that's not lazy. That's delicious.
Yeah, it is delicious. I just didn't feel like making it. I was going to do wine, but then I didn't feel like it because then I had to go out and get it because I didn't have any in the house. And I was like, I
feel like any beverage to help you get through this is good.
All right. So Daddy-Daughter Trip. A penniless would-be inventor takes his eager young daughter on a road trip to make her spring break special. So this movie is starring Rob Schneider. I'm going to pull it up real quick.
And his daughter, both his daughter, Ellie King's in this, and his daughter, Miranda. So Ellie King plays the farmer woman later in the movie. Then this little girl playing Mira is his daughter, Miranda.
I did not know that.
And his wife is Adam Sandler's wife.
Oh, I was going to say, they share? I'm just joking. I'm joking.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Adam Sandler wife plays his wife in this movie. I get what you were saying. Well, they're friends. They're like besties. Okay, let me pull this movie up and then we'll get into it. I have thoughts. Okay, so this movie starts off with him Uber driving, and he is taking food to this guy. Now, I just want to say,
he's not just an Uber driver. He does like grocery delivery. He does like pizza delivery. Like if he can deliver something from his car, he does it. Because later it shows the 900 signs in his backseat or something.
Yeah, he is a jack of all trades, if you will.
Well, so I just want to say his inventions are doing shit.
Ain't that the truth? Shit. Yeah, I want to talk about his inventions. Okay, so first things first, I want to talk about is his look. Now you can't really see him right here, but because Rob Schneider directed this movie. And I just want to be like, you could have made a decision about the hair. You could have changed it, he could have given himself his Rob Schneider hair, which would have been just fine. I feel like this hair was a bad choice.
I think he was trying to make himself look as shitty as possible.
And
I think he rolled out of bed, threw on some clothes, and says, "This is the look for this character today."
Yeah. So I totally thought you said Teddy, and I was like, his name is not Teddy. But okay. So first thing he does is he door dashes. He delivers this sushi to this guy, and he's like, and I swear they said sushi like 40 times in like
Oh, 100,
this sentence.
so much, so much.
So he's like, what happened to my sushi? And I'm like, first off, it doesn't have a lid. That's a problem. And then he's like, oh, well, when I was in the car, I slammed on the brakes and it flew forward. But this is fine because now you get to see all the ingredients. Like, you know how you think they forgot the avocado, but it's right here. And he's like, you just put your fingers in my sushi. I'm not.
I agree. You just touched his food.
Yeah.
And I find it hard to believe that's what sushi would look like. You know?
That it would stay together a little bit. I'm sorry. Like when you buy it prepackaged like that, it's pretty stuck together. I would not like sardines, you know, packed like sardines or pickles, but it's packed pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So he's all pissed off and he's like, I'm not paying for this. And then he's like, well, I just bought myself lunch. And then he's eating it, and I'm all like, you're just eating it like that. I'm all like, what's going on here? What's going on here? They're like, so then he picks up this guy, right? But while he's doing that, while he's doing an Uber drive, he's gonna do to kill two birds with one stone, and he's picking up delivery from this chicken place. And this guy's pissed, so he only gives him 1 star. Now, I just want to say right now, if you told me you were going to give me 1 star, I would just end the ride right there and be like, well, you can get dropped off.
You just get out. Yeah.
Maybe he wanted the money. You know, he's like, well, I still need that money, so I guess I'll take the 1 star. Now, I don't know about you, Vetta, but this is only like, what, 5 minutes in? I'm already annoyed with this character. Like, go ahead.
I don't like his character. There's honestly the only characters I like in this movie are pretty much the like backseat characters, like, you know, the no name characters, because every other character I'm like, do better. Better.
Yeah, his life is my nightmare. Like, I would just be all like, ugh. I'm like, and we'll talk about that in just a second. So his daughter's waiting outside the school, waiting for him to come pick her up. And I love how his watch goes off, and he's like, oh, time to pick up Maria, or what's her name? Mirda. Time to pick her up. But then then he forgets that he didn't get gas. So then his car runs out of gas midway in the road, and his teacher's all like, let's go inside and everything. And he's pushing the car up, and he's all like, she's like, Dad, I drew you a picture. And he's all like, I came up with and she's like, did you come up with a new invention? And I'm all like, what's happening here? Because I didn't know he was an inventor at the beginning.
Well, let's be honest here. The dialogue in this movie is all over the place. So, and we're going to get into it here in a minute, and they all talk about this little girl's fabulous drawings. No, they're not.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're mid at best.
Yeah, they're a little kid's drawing.
Yeah. So he's like, this new invention that I know is where you drive the car and Daddy pushes. I'm like, that's called deadbeat. Okay. So
it's called
and it's also called child endangerment. I just want to say that too.
Yeah.
So the mom is
the teacher is a mandated court reporter, so she should have been reporting that immediately.
Yeah. So the mom, she's at home making, soup for the family for dinner, which I'm all like, ugh, they're not eating good. And she's like, look at this drawing I did. And like you said, it's mid. It's fine, but it's nothing special, you know? Yeah. And then I love how the husband, so he's creating an invention. And we'll talk about that when we get to dinner.
You know what these inventions remind me of? The dad from Gremlins. Remember all of his shitty inventions that didn't work? That's what this dad reminds me of. Like, that he saw that movie and was like, I can do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like just because you bought some, like, some Lincoln Logs and, some duct tape doesn't mean you can create, a new thing, my dude. So he's all like, I've got my greatest new invention for dinner tonight. He's like, one of them are going to take off. I just know it. So, and then they get ready for dinner. But while they're at dinner, she's all like, listen, your inventions are great and everything.
And one of them's going to take off because I believe in you.
Yeah. But until then, why don't you get a job down at the store?
Bagging groceries.
And he's like, honey, I don't want to just go down there because I feel like you're going to get me the job and I want to earn it. And I'm all like, beggars can't be choosers. And right now you're pushing your car up to your daughter's
Right.
school. I think it's
Thank you.
time to just get the job.
And guess what? You're a grown adult, and if your wife has to get you a job and you feel bad that she has to get you a job, we need to talk about your priorities here, buddy, because
Yes.
kids cost money.
Yes, they do.
You need benefits, and being an inventor, no benefits come with
No
that.
benefits. Yeah, nothing's
No.
coming your way. And I like how they did this invention like it was a robot hand. It's just a hand in a wall. It's
Yeah.
just a hand.
And it never talks about what it does. It's
Yeah,
just a hand in the wall.
What does it do? And it's like he creates like this one. I want to say, okay, so real quick, let's get to dinner because I want to talk about his inventions real quick. So he's created this spoon with a fan on it. And I'm all like, that's not an invention. You just attached a mini fan to a spoon.
Because blowing on your hot soup was too much work.
Too much.
Too much.
And this is the fan's too high. It just flings it at him.
It flings soup
And then
all over his poor wife.
his poor wife. But then also the what's the hula hoop, which we will see later, is just a hula hoop where he just attached
With a
shower curtain. And I'm all like,
So
that's
you
not
have privacy when you're camping. And I'm like, yeah, they already have those. They've been around for years.
Yeah, and I just want to be all like, these are not inventions. This
And
is
can I just say, they're renting this house from her being a cashier at a grocery store. So neither one of these two paid attention on career day at school because they don't have careers, they have jobs. And there is a difference. And they can't afford the rent of this house because they have this discussion at dinner. Yeah. And I'm like, this is a cute house.
It is a very cute house.
So go get a bagging job so at least when your kid has friends over, at least you don't look like a deadbeat dad.
Yeah. Yeah. That has a soldering iron.
You make it, don't just give up.
Exactly. Like he's just got a soldering iron on the island in the kitchen. And you're all like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
So then she talks about like, hey, you guys said we could go somewhere for spring break last year. Where are we going? And they're like, well, we can't really afford spring break and everything. He's like, but we'll do something.
We can barely afford rent.
Yeah. But we'll do something next year. And she's like, you said that last year and everything. And this is where she talks about getting the.
Yeah. And can I just say, not everybody goes on a spring break trip. When we were kids, do you remember going on spring break trips?
No. And if
you know what a spring break trip in our house was? Going to visit grandma and grandpa.
Exactly. That's what it was. We would just drive down to grandma and grandpa's house, which was fine. I loved it there.
Which is fine. I love grandma and grandpa. And I love that they lived close together and that they would spend holidays together and everything. So that's fine. But I'm just going, what is this entitlement of we have to go on a spring break trip?
Yeah, exactly. So here we get oh, by the way, we forgot to mention that his name is Larry Blublay. Want to say that right now. But he's like, I'm not the Michael Blublay and everything. But anyway, so he goes down here to customer service to get the job as a bagger. Now, I don't remember this woman's name. Karen. But
I only remember it because she is the epitome of a Karen.
Yeah, she I'm not gonna lie, she kind of freaks me out a little bit, just a little bit.
She's the manager of the grocery store.
And she's like, fill this out, your wife already got you the job and everything. And what was she looking at him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what she's okay. So while he's doing that, he hears these two guys talking, and he's all like, hey man, you made me so much money. Here, take some of this money back. I have too much money. He's like, oh, fine. I couldn't, but I will. He's like, I have so much money, I don't know what to do with it. He walks away.
This is what I do. I help people less fortunate than me make oodles of money so they can be rich too. And I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be fun.
Yeah. And so he's like, hey, will you help me out? And he's all like, I've got this great idea. It's called the poop be gone or whatever it is. And he's like, this is brilliant. He's like, but you got to file a patent. And he's all like, to do that, you need money. And then look at this hula hoop. It's just a hula hoop, and he's attached a shower curtain. Yeah. And then some straps or whatever. This is not an invention that I could come up with some crap like this. This is not hard at all. And so
you know what this reminds me of too, this little shower curtain thing. Do you remember in Karate Kid where Daniel dresses up and he is literally Daniel's son? dresses up and he's got a shower curtain. He dresses up like a dude in the shower, and
Oh,
he's
yeah,
got the
yeah, yeah.
shower curtain.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what this reminds me of. I'm like, this
Yeah.
is a Halloween costume.
It's a Halloween costume. That's a great example. Okay, so then he's like, how do you do that? And he's like, you need money. Oh, look, an ATM. And he's like, great, so convenient. And he gives him his money, and then he's driving away with that dude. He's like, ha 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 ha, and everything. And I'm like, he's like, he just took our money, our rent money. And you're
Yeah.
right, this house is super cute. The lawn looks great and everything, but it's for rent now.
Yeah.
And they go to live with Karen, who also I think has a nice house.
Right? But
So then
she
Beckett's
clearly is better at managing her money.
She is, yeah, and she doesn't have kids, so
There's
when you
that
have
too.
kids, you have more. When you don't have kids, you have more money. So then
Yes.
back at school, the teacher asks everybody what they're doing for spring break, and all these kids stand up and they tell like, "Hey, I'm going to Coconuts
Going to
and
the
shit."
butterfly place, whatever it's
Yes,
called, sanctuary or whatever.
yeah. So this girl
Oh, we're
stands up.
going to Bearzona. I don't know if these places are real, at all,
Yeah,
and I don't really care. And what's the other one? Someone's going zip lining and kayaking. And her dad and mom have told her they're not going anywhere. So she literally just she's not even good at making up a lie. She just
yeah.
literally repeats what everybody else says and is like, I'm doing it all.
Yeah.
And they all laugh at her because they know she's lying.
Yeah, because she's a liar. She's a little liar. I would
Yep.
just why didn't she just be like, well, we're not going anywhere, but we're gonna spend some time together. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
like a legit reason. And you don't like we said before, you don't have to go somewhere. Anyway, so then she's like, kids be nice. I'm like, no, be mean. Be mean. She lied.
Yeah, teach her not to lie.
Yeah. And I love how she's all like, she's sitting here talking about him, and then he's like, I can't remember what he says, but he's all like,
Oh, the one
hey,
little boy?
yeah, and he's like, you're a
Your
butthead.
dad delivers groceries to my house.
And he's like, yeah, because your dad has anxiety or some shit. And I'm like, that's a
Yeah.
legit thing. I think so. I have anxiety. I don't get deliveries, though. I just go get it. I don't have that bad anxiety. Okay. So, anyways, and he's just ew.
Yeah.
Rob
Yeah.
Snyder,
Yeah.
you're not aging well, in my opinion. Anyways, or at least not in this movie.
Use some of that movie money for some plastic surgery or
Like,
something.
look at him there. God damn, he looks like a witch cursed him.
It's the hair, though. I am convinced
I
it's
guess
the hair.
I guess the hair can't cover up all those wrinkles. God damn, he looks like a tree. Okay, anyway, so and look at his eyes are all bloodshot. Fuck me. Okay, so anyways, so this at the dinner, she's like, yeah, my house, I inherited it from my mother. She's like, you can't get this these kind of houses anymore. And he's like, yeah, it's got that that old grandma smell. And I'm like, don't be fucking rude to Karen.
Oh, he's so rude the whole time they're in this house.
Yeah. And I like how his wife is all like, hey, do you have to? She's like letting us stay at her house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. And it might be for free, fucker, so you guys can save some money. So don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Right.
So then while they're in bed, the daughter comes in, right? And she's all like, hey, you guys, I can't sleep. Can you guys come snuggle me? And the mom's all like, sure, I'll come snuggle you. So then they leave. And while they're sitting there, in comes Karen, and she's getting in the bed. And I'm all like, do not tell me that she fucks Rob Schneider right now, because that'd be crazy bones. Like when this happened,
that would be a twist.
That's what I was like, this is very twisty, because I did not see that plot twist coming. Like, he's going to have an affair with Karen, but he didn't. So first off, I just want to say, ladies, you can't go to bed in pigtails. It ruins your hair. It scrunches up and everything. So he lays down, and she's all like, hey, just so you know, I fart in my sleep. And he's like, I can sleep through anything. She's like, but it's really bad. And then she starts farting, and I'm all like, that's like gross. That's disgusting.
I was
Karen.
like, you're not asleep yet.
Yeah. Yeah, Karen. So he gets up and he goes and he sleeps in he tries to sleep in the kitchen.
With the dog on the kitchen floor. And I'm like, isn't there a couch in this house?
No, the mom and the daughter took the couch, because she's like, I remember Karen's all like, I lost my couch.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Which that's another thing. Karen let them sleep in her bed, and I would have been like, Karen,
Right?
you're letting him stay in your house. You're letting him sleep in your bed, and
They
insulted
offered
you.
him a job, and
Yeah.
he's being a dick.
Yeah, it's like Rob Schneider, you need to be, or Larry Buble, you need to be a little bit nicer to Karen, because she is doing you a huge solid. So he goes to sleep in the car. So the next morning he wakes up and he calls his daughter, And she's like, "Tell me a story, Dad." And he's, "Tell me one of your stories." And I'm like, "Oh, now he's a storyteller too, on top of his invention. Maybe he can, bullshit his way through life and get a
And he finds a
job,
cookie in his
Yeah.
car.
And he's like, "There once was a cookie."
Mhm.
And while he's telling the story, she's drawing the story. And he's
Yeah.
like, "Put me in the oven." Is like, "It's too friggin' hot in here. Now it's too cold," and yada yada. And in the jar, it's too stuffy.
It's a terrible
And
story.
yeah, it's a terrible story. And finally, he's like, whatever. But while he's doing that, a cop pulls him out or comes over, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna write you a ticket." And he's all like, "Wait, what?" And then while he does that, he breaks the windshield wiper hand thingy. And he's like, "I'll tell you what, I won't give you the ticket if you don't make me pay for this." And I'm like, I just want to be like, that's not how tickets work. Like, I'm
Once it's
sorry.
written, it's written. You
Yeah,
can't
you
take it
don't.
back.
Yeah, you don't just get to just be like, "Hey,
But he
quid
was
pro quo."
handwriting it, so maybe back in the day of handwriting they could. But I know now with the electronic and on their little computer, once it's written, it's written. You got to go to court to fight that shit.
Yeah. So then this part right here, he is being a statue. And I just go, Vetta, those guys, it's always a guy too. I mean, if there's women out there, I haven't met one just yet. Those guys, your friend is dating them and you're like, "Oh, what do you do for your living?" And they say, a little this, a little that. I'm like, that means unemployed. That means unemployed. Just so everybody knows.
Or if they
That's
say I'm an entrepreneur, but they don't actually tell you what their business is, you're like,
yeah.
ah, you're
Yeah.
unemployed.
And in this case, when he goes, "I'm an inventor," I just go, ew. That means unemployment. That just means
No,
unemployment.
he wants to be an inventor. Until you have an invention that takes off, you're not an inventor.
That's true too. That is true too. Okay, so then these two are just chit-chatting, and I can't remember
And
exactly
she
what they
just
talk
keeps
about.
telling him because he's all like, I'm trying to do something so I can do something fun with our daughter. And she just keeps reiterating, do not break our daughter's heart. Do not
Yeah,
break our daughter's heart. She must say that a bazillion times.
a bazillion times, and he's all
So,
like, "Okay, go
yeah.
ahead."
No, I was going to say, so he keeps picking up all these odds and ends jobs.
Yeah,
And now we're to
and
the part where he donates blood. And I'm like, this is not how blood donation works. It has
yeah,
nothing to do with what you look like. It's all about the paperwork you fill out.
yeah. I just want to say though, real quick, in the candy jar next to on this desk, it's full of high chews. I wanted a high chews so bad while watching this. Okay, anyways, so he's all like, "Hey, I'd like to donate blood." And she's like, "Go down to the second door on the left," which I'm all like, he can't even figure that shit out. It's like 10 feet away. And I'm all like, this guy
And
is
why is
like
he donating
retarded.
blood? I mean, donating blood is great and all, but if you go and donate plasma, the place just down the road from my house, they give you like a Visa check card with like $160 on it if you
Yeah.
donate plasma.
Yeah. Well, I think anything that this guy did, I don't know, man. He's hard up for anything. Listen, at this point in time, I'm like, just go suck a dick. You can make way more money doing that, dude. Like, no joke. Okay, so he goes and
Yeah.
gives the blood. And then she gives him or he's in there, and then she gives him the $25, and he's all like, I'd like to go again. And she's like, "No, you'd be too like whatever." So then he comes
Yeah, because
back.
she says, no, you got to wait like 30 days.
Yeah. So then he comes back dressed in this, this new, Billy
He's
Ray
got a
Cyrus
mustache and a
outfit. Yeah.
wig and a
And he's
flannel.
exactly. And so he does blood again. And then he comes back as this fighter pilot or whatever. And he's all like, the Love Boat let me go for the day. So can I donate blood? And he's wobbling the whole time. So then
Yeah.
after he comes out the third time, which by the way, the receptionist changes like every time. You know what
Well,
doesn't
because it's
change?
the nurse that draws his blood is there that tells him the second door on the right, and then it's a different nurse that hands him the money.
Right. Those high shoes are still there.
Yes.
Those don't change the entire time. And so then he goes shopping at the store, which
He's
I'm all
doing
like,
one of his deliveries. Like
yes, which I'm all
grocery
like,
delivery.
yeah, maybe just like take the rest of the day off, buddy. Like maybe just, whatever. Runs into the guy that gave him a 1 star, by the way.
And
And
I have a question for you on this because this drives me nuts. At the grocery store, when people are in line, now he falls in his cart and the guy is pulling the cart forward as the line's moving. But have you ever been in line and the person in front of you at the grocery store runs away and try to go grab something that they forgot and leaves their
yes,
cart there?
yes.
So do you move their cart forward or do you go around it and be like, you got out of line, you got to
Oh,
start over?
you move your feet, you lose your seat. You start at the back of the line. Or if the person behind me wants to let you do it, I'm sorry. When you leave, if there is not a
Just because you left
person,
your cart, not my
yeah,
problem.
yeah, your card is not a part of you unless you leave a significant other. Then you do not get your to keep
Do
your
not
line.
leave a small child, because if you leave a small child, then I'm calling somebody.
Yeah, then I have to call CPS. Okay,
Yep.
so he delivers it, but he passes out like while he opens the thing, and
Well, and he goes to the wrong house.
yes, and he's like, "Hey, clean up all this crap in my house." So then he gets home, and I'm not quite sure what they talk about or whatnot, but he grabs his daughter,
Another lecture on don't break our daughter's heart.
right? And so he gets her in the car, and he's like, "Hey, it's spring break time, sister, and I
And she's
brought the
all like,
poobie
what are
on."
we going to do? And he's like, everything.
Yeah. So he goes to this gas station and he tries to get gas, but he tries paying quarters, which this part I was like, hey, sometimes you're there. It's fine.
All
But then
money spends the same way.
exactly. Except he had to start over a couple of times, which I'm all like, oh, that's so annoying.
And the guy
And
behind him gets so frustrated. He's like, here's $20. I'll pay for it. Just get the hell out of here.
yeah. And I like how this guy behind him, he's like, hurried up. And he's like, hey, why don't you just shove off, butt face? And then he dumps his water on him, which I'm all like, and then he tries to like lick it or whatever. And I'm all like, it's just water. You can tell it's just water. It has to be green. It's in a big gulp. Come on. Come on. So then he gets his daughter, right? And he's like, close your eyes. We're going to a water park or something like that. And I'm all like, what do you,
Yep.
it's a fucking car wash, which don't get me
And-
wrong. I love the car wash.
Oh, have you ever been to a disco car wash? Those are super fun.
No,
My
that
kids
sounds
loved
fun.
those as a kid. Like,
Right on.
yeah.
So,
And he does the one thing that I'm like, you can't do that.
oh
He
my God.
gets out of the car.
And jumps on the front of his car, which I'm all like, that's dangerous. I've seen videos on TikTok of people that get wrapped up in those fucking things and get spun around and everything.
Or the hot wax is
Yeah.
too hot and it burns you.
Yeah, you just can't jump on that thing. A little unrealistic, Rob Schneider. And it kind of makes her happy. So then he goes to this sheep farm and they sneak in and he's all like, hey, check, let's pet the
Yep.
things. So
That's Ellie King, his older daughter.
she's very fat. Okay. Anyways, sorry. Yes, I'm shaming. Get over it, fuckers. I don't care. And look at all those tattoos. What is that? A snake on her neck? How, feminine. Anyways, so he's like, we were just wondering if we could pet the animals. She's like, yeah, go ahead. And he's like, you shovel shit. And he's like, wait, what? He's like,
These
yeah,
farmers are like, you want to pet the animals? That's great, but now you got to work.
yeah. So they're shoveling the shit, which I would have just been like, I would shovel like for maybe a little bit, and then I'd be like, I didn't say how long I would do it, fuckers. We pet your sheep for like 2 minutes. Get the fuck out of here. So then he's like, she's like, I'm hungry. So they stop at this truck, this food truck.
Yep.
And he's like, I'll have one beef sandwich or whatever.
Roast beef,
yeah, roast beef. And he's like, hey, that's not enough meat. So then the guy throws down some more meat. And he's like, hey, that's too much meat. Now I need a little bread. And then he puts down a bun. And he's like, can we get an extra plate? I'm all like, that's called theft. I would have been like, how about this? I'll let you pay for 2 sandwiches. Okay, how about that?
That's what I would have been like if I was the guy. I'd have been like, okay, so now you've bought 2 sandwiches. That'll be $10 or whatever.
Yeah. It would have been smart of him just to take the beef and just eat that, like without the bread. I'm like, and plus you don't need all that bread. It just turns into sugar. You're fine.
Right? Cut the bottom bun in half, and each one, and then you each got a half a sandwich bun.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Put the beef on the ends and everything. You had a bread sandwich. Anyways, so then they go to the drive-in where they're behind the fence and they're trying to watch the movie, but she can't hear it, and there's a bunch of bums nearby.
And my whole thing is I've been to the drive-thru so many times. You don't sit outside your car and try to listen. You sit in your car and turn your car to the radio station for that outdoor movie theater and listen to the movie.
Exactly. Yeah. They're doing
It's not
everything
the
wrong.
old-timey thing where there used to be a speaker that you hang on your window.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little ridiculous, but then again, this whole movie is
Right.
ridiculous. But
Oh, and he's got the bums that are outside hooting
yeah,
and hollering, and he gives one of the bums his hoop poop
yeah, his
thing.
poop be gone thing or
Yeah.
whatever. And he's like, it looks great on you. And I'm like, what? So then they're sitting there watching the night sky or whatever, and they're making wishes or some bullshit like that and everything. And then, oh, sorry. I can't remember what they say, but he's like, I love you so much, baby. You're my whole world. And then they go to sleep, right? And so while they're driving, or no, while they're sitting there, a villa resort in Scottsdale paper ad blows up on their windshield. And he's like, Scottsdale. So then they pull up and he's all like, hey, listen, we're here to deliver pizzas. Just follow my lead. And so they go inside, and while they're doing this, okay, so here we have what are their names? Their names are Santiago, Fernita, and Theo. Don't ask me their last names. I don't remember.
But they are not. Theo is not their kid. Santiago, that's his aunt and uncle because his parents died.
Yes. And they are travel influencers or some shit like that, or reviewers
or whatever. Yeah.
And this receptionist, she's
funny as it is, this is the second movie we have done with a travel writer person.
That is true. This is, but you know what I love about this receptionist is she's like obsessed with these two. She's like, will you sign this for me? And then she's like, if you need anything, a massage, and she like looks at the Santiago guy, and I'm all like, she's gonna give you a tuggy, dude. I take her up on it.
And then she looks at the little boy and goes, a babysitter? And I'm like, don't let her babysit your child. Don't do that.
So Theo, he's not having a good time at the pool. And they're having, whatever, they're drinking. And these two show up and they're all like having a good time. Now he's all like, okay, so he takes his shirt off and he's all like, will you put some of the sunscreen on my back? And I'm all like, ew, they don't know you. They don't know you. You can't just like, that's another thing about this guy is it's not that he's just like a loser and he doesn't have a job. It's just that he's uncouth and he's just all like,
and no boundaries,
no boundaries,
social awareness.
Nothing. Yeah. And I'm like, listen here, bitch tits. I'm not touching you at all. So I don't know why you're asking me to put lotion
but his
on your back.
solution to the problem is just as disgusting.
Yeah, let's get to that. So he's all like, he sprays it on to the sun chair and then rubs his back on there. And I'm all like, what are you doing? Like, this is just complete. It looks like he splooged all over. It's fucking gross. You're gross.
I'm like, you're a grown adult.
Yeah. So then the little girl, she's talking to Theo and she's all like,
she does make a funny joke where she's like, hey, be careful. And he goes, why? And she's like, what does she say? She's like, because there's a pool right there. You might get wet. Like,
yeah, you might fall into it or some shit.
Funny jokes here and everything. And the little boy goes in the pool and his aunt and uncle lose their shit.
Yeah. So he jumps in and everything, and then these two are explaining their whole lives to him and everything, and they're like, our company pays for all of these trips for us to go on. So they're having a good time. And so while they're doing this, security is called, and they're like, sir, we know you're not here as a guest, so you need to get the fuck out. And he's like, please don't do this in front of my kid. And he's like, they're like, you got 5 minutes, and then you got to leave.
Oh, and clean up the chair because that's
clean up the chair. Yeah, because it looks like it just looks like he jerked off on it. It's disgusting. Okay, so anyway, so they end up leaving or whatever, and she's
just
pissed
by coincidence, Santiago and his wife are leaving too.
Yeah, and he goes to pick up her purse, and I just want to say right now, woman driving, she hits him.
But she drove because he drank too much. If he knew she wasn't a good driver, he shouldn't have drank so much where she's
a woman. She's already a bad driver. No offense.
I'm a good driver.
No offense. But and I'm sorry. Every time you get into a car with a woman behind the wheel, you put your life at risk. I'm just gonna say that right now. You could come at me, fuckers. I dare you to, you
I
fucking assholes.
disagree with
Okay.
you. I'm an excellent driver.
Okay. I mean, you
I
might.
have
There's exceptions
ridden
to the
with
rule,
you. You scare me to death.
but
My life quest,
but
not as bad as your twin.
oh yeah,
Your
he
twin is
scares me.
bananas.
Yeah.
But
Listen, let me just say right now. Okay, I might have scared you when I was driving, but did you die?
no.
Okay, well then you're just fine. Marlon, though, I have held my breath pretty. I do there when he drives. Sometimes there's no oxygen in the car because
Yeah,
he'll just
like
be like he'll be like when he says whenever he looks at you says, "Hey, do you trust me?" and you go, "Yeah," then you're in for it. I
you're
promise you. He's
done.
done that
Say
to me
no.
plenty of times. Yeah,
Say I would like to drive now.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I would agree with
Although
all
that
of those.
fucker. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I agree with all of those statements, but I would say the same thing as you. If you've ridden with me, did you die? Did
Yeah,
anyone die? No. So
not
it's
yet,
yeah.
but whatever. Anyways, so he gets hit by the car, and they're all like, "Oh my god, he's going to sue us and everything." Oh no, they take him back to their
And they
room.
go into fast hide the body mode so
Yeah, they do.
fast.
They are like, we need to cover this shit up, and I'm all like, yo, you guys, that's a felony. Or
Right, you've gone from being travel bloggers to the main story
murderers.
of a
They're murderers.
podcast. Yeah.
So they're like, we need to. They're like, we need to get this covered up. We're this is bad. So they're like, hey, he's like, hey, what's up? And they're like, we just
You
want to
fell
make sure.
down.
Yeah, you fell down. We just want to make sure that you're not going to sue us, are you? And he's all like, and then the daughter and the son, they become like besties or whatever because she
Yeah,
likes
and
to draw.
Santiago every 2 seconds is like, "Oh, he's gonna sue us because Americans love to sue people."
And that's true. We do love to see. She tells him a story about some little boy that grew up too fast or some bullshit. I don't
Because he
remember. Who
wanted
cares?
every day to be his birthday, and he has, like, a whole Groundhog's Day story, and then when he decides he doesn't want it to be his birthday anymore, he's 37 years old.
Yeah, which I'm all like, huh? That's that's an interesting story, little girl. Very cathartic and shit. Like, what's going on there? What does that have to say about you? I think that says more about her than it does about anybody else. Okay.
Right?
So he's all like, wait a minute. He's like, I'm not, he's like, I could sue you. And they're like, yeah, and everything. He's like, our company pays for us to go all over the place. And he's all like, well, why don't you guys? So they decide they're going to go to every place that he wants to go, Arizona. And their
Well, because they were gonna
company,
go to those places anyways for their
yeah,
job to give
yeah,
reviews, so they're like, "Oh, it'll be free, come with us, you and your daughter."
yeah. You'll come with us, and our company will pay for you too. So then they're on their way, to traveling or whatever, and they call the wife, and of course she's making soup again. What's up with this woman in soup?
They're poor.
Although before she did make pot pies, but those looked like weak pot pies in my opinion.
Yeah.
So they take him to Arizona and everything, and they're like, "Hey, baby, look, we're check out the bears." And she's like, "How are they affording this and everything?" And I'm like, "Sweetie, he's jerking dudes off on the rest stop. That's how they're
Right?
affording it." So they're just hanging out and everything, and he's driving or whatever. Notice they didn't hit anybody when he drove. I just want to say, anyways. So then he keeps sending him updates and everything. Super fun. They do some
Yep,
zip
'cause they're
lining
zip lining and they're camping and whatever.
yeah, they see the butterflies. Butterfly Ona, whatever. And Santiago sees her drawings and he's like, you drew all these? And she's like, yes, I want to be an artist, an animator, or some crap like that. I'm like, you sound like your dad, but not an inventor. Something tells me you're gonna be driving for Uber real quick. So then they go to this nice restaurant, right? So after this restaurant, he's like, listen, he's like, after the end of this meal, we're gonna get in the car and we're gonna leave him. And she's like, you can't
It
just
almost
leave.
sounded like they were gonna dine and dash and leave
well,
him there.
well, that would be great because he'd be washing dishes for like a month. So then they're like sitting there and everything, and I don't remember. She gives him a card or whatever. I don't know, a story.
She gives him a book.
Yeah. So they're eating and they're having some wine, and while they're doing that, they're all like, we got the cover of a travel magazine. This was our
the
goal.
biggest travel magazine in the world.
Yeah, they're like, so let's get some champagne to celebrate. And while they're doing it, she gets the champagne. She's like, I
And she wants to
always,
do that weird knife thing where you run it along the neck of the champagne bottle and it cracks it open or
yeah.
whatever.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. I thought she was gonna chop her own thumb off, but no, she chops
Oh,
Rob
see,
Schneider's thumb off.
until she brought out the knife, I was like, "Oh god, she's gonna open this and take out his eye with the cork," like it was
Yeah, I
gonna
thought it was the cork too. Yeah,
yeah.
something was gonna happen, but as soon as she picked up the knife, I was like, oh, she's gonna cut her own thumb off. But no, she cuts his thumb off. Now, I just want to say right now, he is very calm for just getting his thumb chopped off.
And it lands in someone's soup because
Yeah,
this
which is
movie clearly
also
has a thing for soup.
yeah disgusting. Well, maybe soup is cheap to put into movies. I don't know. And so his fake hand is completely
And it's
bleeding.
so fake. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
And he puts it in this bucket of ice. I just want to say right now, I read in Science Magazine that when you have a severed anything, you don't want to put it directly into ice. You want to put it into like a bag because you don't want the nerves to touch the ice because then it won't be able to reattach because of the nerves
Yes.
have been frostbitten or whatever.
And if it's a tooth, you're supposed to put it in milk.
Oh, yeah. Great. I didn't know that. I don't like milk. Anyways, so they get that reattached and now they can't get rid of him because they're like, he's definitely going to sue us if we fucking get rid of him. So they're playing some video games and he can't really play because he's got no thumb.
And I just want to know they reattach that thumb so fast.
So fast, Vetta. They are those doctors.
Didn't keep him in the hospital for observation at all.
Maybe they're jack of all doctors. You know what I'm saying? They can just do anything. And so here they're discussing and they're like, she's like, well, we can't get rid of him now. He's going to definitely fucking sue us and everything. And okay, so this kid, he pulls out a scarf from his mother. And she's like, why are you smelling the scarf, you fucking weirdo? And he's like, it's my mother's. It doesn't smell like her anymore. And I'm like, then why are you smelling it? Why are you smelling it if it doesn't smell like your mom anymore? And he's like, but it makes me think of her or some crap like that. And yeah, I can't remember exactly everything they talk about or whatnot.
I'm going to tell you, these two kids have more adult conversations than the adults.
For sure. Well, I mean, and then he comes in, and he's pillow fighting with them, and then they come in and they're pillow fighting with him, and he gets hit with something, and like a vase or some shit, and it doesn't look that bad. I'm like, what are you talking about? He looks like he's been possessed by the devil.
He looks like he's slowly turning into a zombie.
Exactly. His skin is yellow. He still has gross skin. Rob Schneider is
decaying around the giant goose egg on his head.
Exactly. He's got a goiter on his forehead. Like, what's going on here? Okay, so then they're traveling and everything's beautiful.
Now they're kayaking. I'm like, don't take him kayaking. He's going to drown.
Yeah, you fuckers are putting him into very scary situations. So then they're doing some karaoke and they
Santiago all magically have matching pajamas.
Yes, magically. So Santiago is enjoying her drawings and he's like, hey, tomorrow we are going to be meeting with our
agent or something.
He's like our publisher, and we would love to show her your drawings for some kids books or whatever. He's like, because I think you have talent. And so then they're doing some karaoke or whatever, and Santiago's living it up, living la vida loca. And the wife calls and she's all like, how's it going? He's all like, great, I lost a thumb. He really doesn't say that. And so
which I love that he doesn't tell his wife any of this of what happens.
Yeah. So then I don't remember what happens. He gets knocked in the face again and loses a tooth. And they take him to the dentist. He
loses like multiple teeth. Like he has like hockey player gap teeth now.
Yeah. And everything. And they're like, oh, and she's like, please don't sue us. And he's like, well, friends don't sue friends. And they're like, oh, you guys are friends. He's like,
but that's why this makes it so hard for me to give you this. And I'm like, that's a terrible thing to say because he gives them a piece of paper that says, I promise I will never sue you.
Yeah. And so then they go back or whatever. And
they drop him off at his car at the resort.
Yeah, at the resort. And they're all getting some sleep or whatever. And they're like, meet us at the airport or whatnot. So they're all getting ready to go or whatnot.
But guess what?
He forgot to fill up the gas tank.
Yep. Again.
Did he
forget or just not have the money?
I'm assuming both. But I want to ask you a question, and maybe if our listeners want to chime in, in the comments section. When do you fill up your gas tank?
Oh, I don't let mine go below a quarter of a tank.
See, I don't mind half. Once it gets to half, that's E for me. I freaked
Yeah.
out and I
I'm a
have to get
quarter of
gas.
a tank. I used to be half, but now that my
No,
kids aren't little and I don't really have anywhere to be by a particular time or anything, I go a quarter of a tank.
I don't have anywhere else to be either, and I have little kids, but I still a half. That's E for
You
me.
have a job and stuff.
That's
I
true. I
don't.
do have a job, but I'm just saying, like, once it gets to half, it's like I don't care if I have to go negative in my bank account. I'm putting gas in this car. I'll tell you that right now. so
Yeah.
so they're talking to their publisher, which she's gross, and she's like, these are. Listen, I
No,
gotta.
she hasn't seen the pictures
That's right.
yet.
She's all like, hey, listen, guys, I have a meeting in New York, so they better be here soon.
Yeah, she's like, wrap it up, people.
Wrap it
This
up. I
plane's
have
gotta
places.
go.
Yeah, I got a hair appointment to make my hair more
This is my
purple.
thing too. Why did they leave the hotel and just leave them a note that said, meet us at the airport? Why
That's a
didn't they wake
great
them up
question.
and either ride with them or drive
Yeah.
like caravan
Yeah.
style?
Exactly, Vetta. Okay, so then they're like, she's like, I'll give them 5 minutes. Well, they're pushing the car now. They're doing his invention of push the car, or you drive while I push, kind of thing. And then they run to the rest of the way to the airport, and the flight
pilot
takes
comes
off
back and is all, we must go now or we're gonna lose our spot
in
and
the
have
air.
to wait. Yeah, like
we can't just fly another like 15,000 feet and get there sooner or whatever. Anyways, take the red eye. Okay, so then he's all like,
and
sorry,
his daughter
baby.
turns into a bitch.
Yeah,
so fast.
Yeah. He's like, you ruined my fucking dreams, Dad. You're such a fucking loser. She
I
doesn't say
didn't
all
get
this.
to say goodbye to Theo. What's wrong
Yeah.
with you, Dad?
Yeah, she turns
hate
into
you.
my girl real quick.
Yeah,
She's like, I
like-
didn't even get to say goodbye. He needs
Yeah,
his
like,
glasses.
She's forgotten that she literally got to do everything she said she wanted to do for spring break. And because she didn't get to say goodbye to Theo, now she turns into a bitch and calls her mom, and her mom's all, I told you not to break our heart.
Yeah.
And I'm like, your kid is a brat.
Yeah, your kid's an asshole. She is ungrateful for everything. She's kind of like your husband when your friend let you stay with him. So
Right?
she got it from him.
Well, she had to learn it from somebody.
Yeah, for sure. So then he picks up her gross book that's all nasty and everything.
Because she threw it in the garbage can.
She threw it in the garbage can. And then Theo, he shows fat lady.
Lays it on her lap while she's sleeping. Because apparently the minute this plane gets in the air, that publisher is out.
Yeah. And so he's like, hey, baby, I'm sorry. Starting on Monday, I'll get that job, go do that job, the bagger job and everything. And then the daughter's all like, she's still pissed off. And she tears up the book that she made of Marina's story or whatnot. So then back at school, she's having like a good day or some shit like that.
But she gets like, apparently she must not be that smart of a kid, because she gets an A+ on a story she wrote about her spring break. And when the teacher puts it down on her desk, you would have thought this teacher just gave her $1 million with her overreaction. I'm like, girl,
yeah,
you shouldn't be that excited about an A+. You're in what, 4th grade? Those should come fairly easily.
Exactly. Like, what do you need to know? Like, what purple is? Get the fuck out of here. Okay. So they're like, what's an octagon? You're like, A+. Anyways, so he's doing his job as a bagger, and he's making some joke about melons and like fucking it
and
or something.
tampons.
Yeah, he's like, tampons and watermelon. What a crazy night. And I'm all like, what? Like, what kind of weird nights are you having? And then she gets picked up in a limousine because the family has come together. They're like, get in the fucking car.
Come back for her.
Yeah. And Karen's all like, hey, your daughter's not here. She's been kidnapped by some
She's
some
like, I looked everywhere. I don't know where she is. And I'm like, maybe you should have showed up on time, Karen. We saw her standing outside the school.
Yeah.
Just waiting.
So then she shows up at the store with her book, and it's been published without her permission, by the way. And they're like, the publisher loved your book. She's going to make millions and everything. And then all these kids are standing in line to have her sign
sign their book
or whatever.
And tell her how much they want to be just like her.
Yeah, at 9 or whatever. And then her friends show up and they're like, we love your book, Mira. The only reason I remember that is because it's on the screen right now. And then Michael Bublé calls Larry Bublé, and he's like,
because apparently they're cousins.
They're cousins. And he's like, we love the book and everything. Maybe you can DoorDash it to us, fucker. And he's like, let me go home. Anyways, so then so I'm all like, Michael Bublé, I've seen you in 2 movies. This is the second one. And every time you are not good. I don't think that you should do movies anymore.
You
We
should
should
stick to Christmas music.
yeah, just sing some songs or whatever. Although, I don't know, maybe I would watch him in another movie. And so
And then the
and then
inventor patent guy comes
comes
back
up
with a
and he's
big
like,
old check
yeah, he's like, "Hey, you made a buco bucks on your poopy gone
because
and
it does
everything."
wonders in third world countries.
Yeah, which I'm all like, that kind of makes sense. And I don't remember what happens here, why everybody's looking like this, but
Because
I'm
the
pretty sure.
publisher wants to sign her to a multi-book deal.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, great, and everything. Then that's the end. That's the end of it. Okay, first off, was there anything in this movie that we didn't talk about that you would like to talk about?
No, I think we just talked about too much. We could,
Yeah, this, yeah. Okay, yeah, me neither, really, except for I just want to reiterate that Larry is a big loser and should have got a job a long time ago. Like I just want to be like, Larry, what's wrong with blue collar work? Go to the
right?
local factory and get a job there. You can be
What's
an
wrong with a
inventor.
good day's work?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
until you have an invention that takes off, it's your hobby.
Yeah.
Do it on the
Yeah.
weekends, get a real job.
Yeah, and your inventions suck anyways. I'm sorry, just because you add a blow dryer on and duct tape a brush to it doesn't mean it's an invention. Okay, somebody already invented those things, you asshole. Like
Yeah.
he's like, check out
And
my
again, because
earring
blowing on your
erasers.
soup is so hard, you
It's
need a
so
fan.
hard, Vetta.
So
Yeah, it's so
difficult.
hard. It's so hard. He's like one of those things that you see on social media. It's like 5-minute crafts, and you're
Oh,
all like,
no, those people that are like life hacks, and you're like, that's not a life hack.
yeah,
That's just common
yeah.
sense.
It's like you to open up your drawer, you wrap a towel around the handle. I'm like, or you just pull on the fucking handle. What do you mean? What is going on here?
Or those things like that you buy like I saw one for it, that the pickle grabber that you
Yeah,
can, and I'm like, because your fingers don't work, or wait, a fork.
a fork.
Because
Yeah, that's why I
because
was
the
like,
lady's like, if you don't want to get your hands in the pickle juice, look at this. You just put it in and it grabs the pickle and pull it out. And
it's
I'm like,
like,
you just paid $12 for that? I have forks
right?
that do that for free.
And you just want to be all like, I don't think that were your lives that difficult before the pickle grabber? Like, what's going on here? What's
But
happening?
there are so many things like that. Like, I'm not joking. I follow an account that is like things I found on Amazon, products I found on Amazon, and 9 times out of 10, they are the dumbest product that I'm like, that is literally, I have 30 things in my house that will do that for free, and someone's paying. I mean, granted to whoever put it out there, kudos to you for making money off stupid people. So,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and
So
I get
okay,
it. I'm gonna, Rob Schneider clearly payrolled this movie, and he clearly wrote this movie to get his daughter in it. And maybe she wanted to be an actor or whatever. And this was his way to get her on the big screen. Fine. Good job, daddy, but get a better script or take her on auditions. You know, people in the field.
yeah,
Do that whole
exactly.
Nepo baby thing for her.
Yeah. Just do that and everything. I don't understand.
Don't waste your money.
I don't understand people. Okay, so all right, Betta, I'm going to ask you one more question, kind of a two-parter here, and then we'll wrap things up. All right, first question: overall, what'd you think? And two, would you recommend?
What do I
And
think?
you better say fucking yes, because you recommended it to me, and then I had to watch it.
I did not recommend it. My husband recommended
Your
it
husband didn't text me. You did.
because we needed a movie. And I was like, my husband says we should do this one. Trust me, I was just as angry when I had to watch it. So don't you worry. So I did not enjoy this. I did not like this. And no, I wouldn't recommend this. We do these bad movies so other people don't have to
That
waste
is
their
true. We
life
do.
watching
We
them.
do. Yeah.
So I just go to the rest of the world. You're welcome. We watched this so you don't.
You
have
are
to.
what we. This is my Vietnam. Like I'm
Yeah.
just gonna say, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, like I'm sorry. Like you have no idea. I had to drink to watch this fucking movie. Like 15 minutes in, I was texting you that I hate you, and I was
He
drinking
was.
some. I was drinking some vodka and Sprite. I was not happy at all. So, um, so all right, okay. Well, I also did not. Oh, but I did not like this movie. And I would not recommend. There's other Rob Schneider movies to go watch
that are way
besides this one.
funnier.
Yeah,
Go watch
yeah.
Deuce Bigelow, Male
Yeah,
Gigolo.
go watch that. That's a good. We should review that
That's
movie.
funny.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, we're gonna wrap this sucker up. Thank you so much, you guys, for listening to us. Now, make sure to follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated and hear all our shenanigans and everything. Also, you guys, if you do listen to us on Apple Podcast or Spotify, please leave us a 5-star review, you guys. We would really appreciate it. We'll also be posting the video version of this, like I said before, to our YouTube channel, and that's at YouTube at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. So go over there and hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment. We love comments, and people don't leave enough comments.
Make a recommendation.
Yeah, make a recommendation, you guys. We'll probably do it.
Most likely.
So, yeah,
I mean,
most
all
likely,
the recommendations we've gotten so far, we've ended up doing.
Yeah, we've ended up doing. Yeah. So, yeah. Also, you guys, we do have a Patreon if you guys are interested in that. And the fun thing about our Patreon is that we do, we review movie franchises. We start from movie 1 and we go all the way to 15 if there is them. And then we have plenty of different levels over there to suit your interest, but we've done Jurassic Park, we've done Ghostbusters, we've done the Scream franchise, I Know What You Did Last Summer, all those fun movies and everything. And we have a new one as of recording this coming out soon. So go and check that stuff out. And like I said, there's plenty of different levels to suit your interests. And the link for that will be in the description down below. But most importantly, you guys, please don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, you guys. Bye.